Hey everyone, welcome to today's Explainer. If you're a focused learner looking to totally master the kind of math that actually pops up in everyday life, well, you're in exactly the right place. Today, we're taking something that honestly causes a lot of unnecessary confusion and turning it into a super easy everyday skill. We're going to master adding and subtracting decimals. I am absolutely thrilled to guide you through this, so let's just jump right in.
Okay, let's dive into this. I want you to picture yourself at the store for a second. You're holding two items, and you're trying to figure out exactly how much they're going to cost you in total. I mean, it happens to all of us, right? Dealing with whole numbers is a total breeze, but as we know, the real world is rarely that perfectly rounded.
Imagine you're buying two juices. The first one costs rupees 2.605, and the second one comes in at rupees 6.78. Just looking at these completely mismatched prices can honestly make your brain want to shut down. I mean, one price has 3 digits after the dot, and the other only has 2. What do we do with that?
So, that brings us to the ultimate question. How do we quickly find the total amount? And, if we pay with a larger bill, how do we confidently know exactly how much money is left over? We can't exactly rely on guessing when it comes to our money or our measurements. We really need a reliable, totally foolproof system.
To really understand how this works, let's step away from the abstract numbers for a second and ground this in a totally relatable situation. Imagine you're helping your mom out at the grocery store. She's picking out cooking oil for the week. She places 2 bottles right into the cart. The first bottle contains exactly 0.7 liters of oil, and the second, slightly smaller bottle, contains 0.2 liters. Suddenly, she turns to you and asks, "How much cooking oil do we have altogether?" Now, when we hear that word altogether, our logical brain should literally immediately jump to addition. We need to combine these 2 decimal amounts. And the answer here is delightfully simple. 0.7 plus 0.2 gives us exactly 0.9. So together, we have 0.9 liters of cooking oil. See, when the decimals are the exact same length, it's pretty much just like adding standard numbers. But of course, your mom asks a follow-up question. How much more oil is in the first bottle than in the second? Now we aren't combining anymore, we're comparing. And comparison means we need to pivot straight to subtraction. To find the difference, we just take our 0.7 liters and subtract the 0.2 liters. That leaves us with exactly 0.5 liters. So the first bottle has 0.5 liters more oil than the second. Pretty simple, right? But these were really friendly single-digit decimals. What happens when the numbers get a little messy? So the absolutely crucial point here is this golden rule. Whenever we add or subtract decimals, we have to remember this one absolute law. Always align the decimal points. Treat that little dot like your anchor. No matter how many numbers come before or after it, those dots must be stacked exactly on top of each other. Now, you might be wondering, wait, what if they don't match up? What if one number has way fewer decimal places than the other? Well, here is your absolute secret weapon. If you have 6.78, you can simply add a 0 to the very end to make it 6.780. Those extra zeros tacked on to the end of a decimal do absolutely nothing to change the actual value of the number, but they perform absolute magic when it comes to organizing your math. Now, what's really interesting about this is how we apply that trick directly to our earlier juice problem. Let's write the numbers vertically. We've got our 2.605 on top. Right below it, we place our 6.78, but we add that magical placeholder 0 to make it 6.780. Just notice how the decimal points form this perfect vertical anchor line right down the middle. From here, it's a breeze. We simply add from the right side, just like normal addition. Starting all the way at the thousands place, 5 plus 0 is 5. Moving left to the hundreds, 0 plus 8 is 8. Now the tenths, 6 plus 7 is 13. So we write down the 3 and carry that 1 straight over the decimal. Finally, the ones place. 2 plus 6 plus our carried 1 gives us 9. And that decimal point, it literally just drops straight down into our answer. Our grand total is rupees 9.385. Let's move on and see how this builds when we switch operations. Check out this subtraction example. 0.008 minus 0.003. We are going to follow the exact same rule here. We write the numbers vertically, pretty much completely ignoring the zeros for a split second, and strictly focusing on making sure those decimal points are lined up directly on top of each other. And because we set it up correctly, the actual math is effortless.
8 thousandths minus 3 thousandths is simply 5 thousandths. We just drop that decimal point straight down, and our answer is exactly 0.005. You see? The complexity just completely disappears when your structure is right on. To make sure you literally never get stuck on a decimal problem again, just mentally log these 4 quick steps. Step 1, line up those decimal points vertically. Step 2, add zeros to the end of your numbers if you need to, so everything is the exact same length. Step 3, start your addition or subtraction all the way from the right side, the smallest place value. And step 4, bring that decimal point straight down into your final answer. That's it. That is the whole shebang. And honestly, it's amazing just how bulletproof these 4 steps are. Look at these solved practice questions. Whether you're adding 0.058 and 0.197 to get 0.255, or you're subtracting 0.325 from 5.731 to get 5.406, the method literally never changes. Line up the dots, pad it out with zeros, do the math from right to left, and drop that decimal straight down. It works every single time, flawlessly. To truly lock this in our memories, the source material offers us a really fantastic Urdu phrase to remember. Decimal point ko hamisha decimal point ke niche likhna hai. This translates perfectly to the absolute core of our lesson today. The decimal point must always be written directly underneath the decimal point. That is your ultimate secret to solving every single decimal addition and subtraction question correctly. So you now have the exact blueprint to handle any price tag, any measurement, and honestly, any tricky decimal life throws at you. The next time you see mismatched prices, you won't even hesitate. You'll just calculate. The guesswork is totally gone, replaced by one simple structural rule. So, where else in your life will you apply this newfound precision? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.
Thanks for watching. Bye, students. Don't forget to subscribe for more math fun videos. See you in the next lesson.